Hello, everyone. It's been a really long time since we've done a podcast. Too long, in fact. I think our last one was about 13 Reasons Why season 2. I actually think that's how long it's been. Sean, can you confirm? I think that was actually the last one that we
Oh
did.
God, that
Like
is
that,
so disappointing. That is so disappointing, Pop.
I know. It was either that or it was the Pixar one. I don't remember which.
It was probably 13 Reasons Why.
I think so.
Kind of depressing. I'm
Yeah.
actually kind of upset we covered that, but at the same time, we've come a long way.
We've come a long way. Not really, but kind of.
Because that was our last podcast.
It's more like it's been a long
There's a little
time.
bit of a gap, right?
Yeah.
Gray area there,
But we're happy to be back and bring you some disappointing popcorn takes on some film. Obviously, Sean's here. Sean, say hi to the beautiful people.
What's up, people?
And we got the intern in the. No, I'm kidding. We got Bob in the building. Bob, what's up? This is your first time podcasting with us, Bob. Are you excited? You've written articles. You've done things for the site.
I wrote 3 articles and now my first podcast.
I know. How excited are you? How ecstatic are you?
Thrilled.
Yeah, you look it, Bob. You look it. Let me tell you. So before the show, we were really trying to figure out what to talk about because obviously there's no film. So let's, try to find something that people can relate to and talk about. Everybody knows, but we're trying to rattle our brains around. What would we talk about? Films that we've seen, Oscar stuff, which we'll get into that. But what really came to mind in a discussion was truly one of the greatest film franchises ever made, if we're putting it quite honestly. We started talking about the Shrek franchise. Obviously, for obvious reasons, going about, how those movies work. So first of all, let me just ask you guys, what is your favorite Shrek film? Or what do you think about the trilogy in general? Because Sean, you had some thoughts, so you could start it off because you had some thoughts about the third one compared to the fourth one. So
Okay, yeah, I think the second one is the best. I think it's a really great sequel. I love the first one. I've probably seen it more, maybe, but I think I remember the second one more fondly. I think I've seen it the most recent too. I'd probably go 2, 1, 3, 4. I think the third one's better than the fourth. I know that Shrek the Third gets a lot of crap, but I honestly think it has some redeeming moments and parts. But I've only seen the fourth one once, and I remember not liking it. So maybe, and I saw it maybe 5, 6 years ago. So maybe if I gave it another shot, I would like it more. But I still think the first and second ones are on it in a different class than the third and fourth. So honestly, the third and fourth are interchangeable because the first two are that good. But yeah, I go Shrek 2. I think it's the best one. Best soundtrack too. Ending.
That's true.
I agree. I still listen to I Need a Hero, the original one, not even though the one is fire from the movie, but I mean, whenever I listen to that, I think I'm Shrek charging the castle on the back of the giant Gingy.
That's great. Accidentally in Love, the opening song from The Counting Crows.
Amazing.
Banger.
Amazing. But let me tell you what, going about these films, I do think the second one's obviously the best. I mean, for a number of reasons. The story's great. The comedy's great. It's a great story. But the third one has literally, I think, one of the funniest jump cuts of all time. When they barge in and they're like, Shrek, the king needs you or whatever. And they're like, well, he better be dying if he needs it. And then they cut to him and he's like, I'm dying.
It's yeah, the third one has moments, man. Yeah. The third one's really good. The babies too, when he's I think it's on the ship. He's dreaming about the babies or something like that he's gonna have, and he's freaking out about it. Yeah. Those parts were really good. The third one's
Oh, is that when it was Donkey was the baby? It was Dada.
Yeah, Dada. That's my favorite part, dude.
Yeah, no, I think there's some really good parts. From what I remember, because that one is probably the one, besides I think I went to the fourth one once. I've seen the third one 2 times, maybe not in a long time though. But from what I remember the kid character, the main character, was pretty good. I thought. I heard.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake's character. Yeah, he was pretty good, right?
He was okay.
Arthur, right?
Yeah, he was fine.
I think I would always say the first one was the best one, but I haven't watched the second one in a long time. I don't not like it, obviously. So I think maybe if I gave it another shot, I would maybe say it's the best one. But as of right now, I would think the first one.
Yeah, you can't argue with that either. I mean, honestly, it could go either way for me. Because I honestly, I think it's tough. I mean, the first one is really great, but you can't really. That's why it's hard to rank them because
David Bowie's changes scene in the second one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. That's why I like the second one so much. There's so many cool things that they did with the second one. Oh man, the part when they break in to get like Pinocchio too is like hilarious, and they're like,
Yes.
you're wearing ladies'
Is
underwear?"
it the
And he's like,
second
"Why?"
one? Is it the second one or third one? He goes, fire in the hole.
Oh,
I think that was the third one.
yeah.
I feel like I
Two?
don't know. I feel like it's the third one.
Because we're in the second one, they're the ones that save them when they're in the chamber, the pigs.
Oh,
When
maybe,
Shrek's a human. Let me see.
maybe.
Wait, when Shrek's a human?
Yeah, let me see.
That's gonna be second one then.
Oh, let me find Shrek, fire in the hole. Yeah, it's the second one actually. Let me see. Oh, they're playing the song. Oh yeah, the woman's pants.
Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic.
Fire.
Now wait,
All right, let me find it.
You better get copyrighted, bro.
yeah, Bob, we're gonna have to pay thousands of dollars in fines thanks to you now.
It's coming out of Bob's pocket. It's coming out of the intern's pocket. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
The
I'm just gonna
internet
have to
doesn't
pay.
get paid.
Yeah. I mean, Bob, we don't get paid either. We do this out of the kindness of our heart. We're trying to bring entertainment to the people. All right, don't act like a tough guy. What are
I
you
love how
doing?
the intern has written more reviews than I have.
You know what? That's actually funny because that's like I'll be like, Bob, you got to do more stuff, man. You're the intern. He's like, I've written more than Sean. I was like, I don't care. You didn't start it.
Yeah, man, I'm the co-founder. All right,
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. You gotta work your way up.
You're like equivalent to Mark Zuckerberg for Facebook.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
fun.
But Bob, I want to ask you were doing some research into Shrek, weren't you? So can you tell me about it? Allegedly, he's the most powerful being on the planet. Can you tell
Not
me about that?
allegedly, he is.
Okay. Can you
That's false. You're absolutely wrong.
go in depth on that for me?
All right, well, consider this. The only real world likeness of Shrek we can reasonably relate him to is a gorilla, right? So gorillas can lift nearly 10 times their weight. Shrek on wiki lists Shrek's weight at around 450 pounds, meaning that he can theoretically lift around 4,500 pounds. However, consider Shrek's in-film feats of strength, while 4,500 pounds is nothing to sneeze at. It would certainly not be enough to say pin or even drag a full-grown dragon. Well, when you look at the general understanding of dragon weights and sizes, Shrek is taller than the average human, but not nearly as much as a dragon because he is around 7 feet and 8 feet tall. And clearly in the movie, the dragon's way bigger than him. So we can say now the dragon in the movie Shrek 1 is around 10 to 11 tons of dragon to consider. So in the first Shrek film, we see him at one point not only stopping the creature in its tracks, but also dragging it along after the creature has been moving at a fairly brisk speed. Doing some math, we assume the dragon weighs 10 tons, or 22,046.2 pounds. The dragon appears to be moving around roughly 20 feet per second in the clip, and since we know inertia is calculated as P equals mv, we can conclude that Shrek had to overcome 44,902 pounds of force in order to stop the creature and then move it backwards. So while he wasn't exactly lifting the dragon, he was overcoming nearly 200 tons of force, and that is why he is the strongest being.
Yeah, you're wrong.
200 tons.
You're wrong.
200 tons.
Everything you just said was wrong. Everything you just said was a goddamn lie. No, okay. Here's my problem, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I have a question though, Bob. Is this also comparing him to other movie creatures or just comparative to our world?
That's what I was going to bring up. So,
because that's my problem. There are so many other fictional characters that are so much stronger than Shrek. It's not even
200 tons of force, though. You're telling me
how much? Wait,
King Kong.
Jamie, pull this up.
Yeah, Jamie.
But how much force does like the Hulk generate compared to like Thanos compared to like King Kong and Godzilla?
Yeah, like you can't.
Yeah, how much force does like a kaiju generate? Like, are you telling me that Shrek could like 1v1 a Pacific Rim robot?
Listen. Hulk.
Actually, maybe on that one.
The Hulk can only lift 100 tons.
You just said that
Shrek can do
Shrek can live 20.
200.
No, I thought you said
There's
20.
no way Shrek can live.
You do that.
Where's the data? I know you just said it, but I have to see my own eyes.
I need proof. Show me numbers. Show me numbers,
Show me the
Robert.
fucking numbers, man. There's no way. There's no
The
way.
person.
I don't know.
All right, good defense, man. You really got me there. All right. I'll give you that. Shrek is really strong. I love Shrek. He's a sweetheart, right? But my God, I am not pinning him. I would not like. I'm imagining Shrek and then King Kong just towering over him and just one punch. He's fucking dead.
Bob, can you look up how much force King Kong generates or no?
How much?
Because like that. Well, also it depends what kind of King Kong you're talking about. Are we talking like the King Kong from like back in the day, or like the newer King Kong, where the one from the recent movie 2003, or the King Kong Skull Island?
How is King Kong stronger than Hulk?
Because he's a. What do you?
Have you
Bob, what do
seen
you?
him?
What do you?
Have you seen King Kong?
He's massive. What do you mean?
He's like the size of the Empire State Building in that film.
Yeah. Jesus, what do you mean? He's the size of Godzilla in these new movies, and Godzilla's like
40
massive.
tons. But that's from Skull Island.
Yeah. Oh, from Skull. So he's like even. Wait. So he only generates 40 tons.
He can lift 40 tons. 38.4 tons in Skull Island.
Oh my God.
Okay, but on this other I think Yahoo Answers, it says he can lift 5,200 tons. So I think
I'm gonna go with the 5,200 tons. That makes more sense to me.
yeah. Wait, only 40 tons? He's fucking King Kong.
That might be the old King Kong. That might be an older King Kong.
It says in Skull Island.
Oh well, fuck.
Well,
that.
he's like isn't he like a baby though in Skull Island or no?
He's growing technically.
Well, didn't he pick up that thing in Skull Island? Did he like pick up and throw that monster in Skull Island, that snake-looking thingy? There's no way there is no way that the dragon from Shrek weighs more than that freaking thing from Kong Skull Island, bro. No way.
No way.
All right, so I looked because I had to look, and Godzilla. What would you say, Shrek? 200? 200?
200 tons. Of
All right.
course.
So apparently, I think, according to Reddit, which obviously is factual every single time, King Kong can generate 660. Wait, yeah, okay. So I think he can lift 661 tons. Godzilla can lift 3. Okay, hold on. According to this, Godzilla can lift 318,379 tons. So pretty sure Godzilla has Shrek beat. Listen, this is coming from Reddit, so I mean,
you brought a knife to a gunfight. Like you can't say Shrek is the strongest fictional character in the history of anything, and expect somebody to not dispute that.
All right, so maybe how about this? Greatest like normal-sized humanoid character most
In the
powerful.
Shrek world. Say in the Shrek world. He is the strongest person in the Shrek world.
I don't know. The Hulk got bitched by Thanos, so I'm confident that Shrek could take Hulk on if he
Hulk would
wanted
beat
to.
the shit out of Shrek. Hulk would fucking demolish Shrek in a
You're
fight.
telling me
Are you
Shrek, after eating a full bowl of onions, wouldn't be able to take the Incredible Hulk one-on-one? If you're telling me that, then sir, you need to re-educate yourself. You're lying to
But it's
yourself.
not just how strong they are. It's how they are as fighters. I feel like Shrek in the movies doesn't really like.
All right,
what
let me
does he
ask you a
really
serious
do?
question. Shrek comes home from a hard day of being Shrek, right? He's been doing work all day.
What's he fucking doing? He lives in the
No, he goes to
swamp?
parties.
He
Remember in
goes
the
to
fourth
bud?
one? Remember the fourth one? He's like a party thing, and they're like, I want to see it
okay.
roar. So Shrek comes home. He walks into the swamp, and he walks into his little hut. His kids are dead. Fiona is dead. Hulk single-handedly killed Shrek's family. The only one left is Donkey, who's crippled, and he tells Shrek what happened. You're telling me
He lives. Oh, that was Donkey live. He's like the first one to die.
support? No, he's all right. He died. All right, now because Donkey has to somebody has to tell
No.
Shrek what happened.
The
So like
Hulk has the affair with Fiona.
Donkey died. Yeah, Donkey died defending Fiona and the family. Oh no, didn't die. He got crippled. Hulk threw him against the wall.
Right.
Crippled him. Okay, you're telling me Shrek, with that amount of rage, could not defeat
Okay.
the Hulk
I will
with
give
a
you
motive. He has a motive,
And I'll tell
I
you
think
what.
he could beat the Hulk.
I'll give you that. And I can literally picture it in my head. They're in the swamp, and the Hulk is like battered to shit. He's like dying, and Shrek is like, "Why will you kill my family?" I can't do a Shrek accent. And the Hulk's like, "Hulk, have affair with Fiona," and then he dies. And then Shrek like gets on his knees. He's like, "No!" And then it cuts to black.
This sounds like a plot of a pretty great movie, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Look, I know they want to make a Shrek sequel or a reboot.
Listen, I mean,
What are we doing here? Like, what are we
Listen,
doing? We should be
also-
writing the script for that right now.
by the way, I'm not saying I know film, and I'm not saying I write film, but I think we got something on our hands here. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Something special.
For sure. I
For
thought we just talked about
sure.
Shrek for like.
I know that's a
Very
great way to
long
start it.
time.
I think that's a great way to start the show. I don't know about you. I think that's a really good way to dive into things. But let's get to something as educational as that talk was. Let's maybe move into something just a little bit more. Let's talk about, because we were just talking. Bob, by the way, Bob was completely wrong. He accused me of lying before the show, saying that the Oscars were not in early February. He was wrong. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
But
we had
Are
to
you
rat him out.
so it would be about a month now, a little less than a month until when the Oscars were last year. And I remember, we talked about I think we made something. We made our picks, didn't we?
We made our predictions.
Yeah, we did, right? Didn't we write something or do something?
We
We did,
a
yeah, we
Quizlet.
Live tweet, I think, or something like that.
We tweeted it.
Yeah. So we did that. I mean, that was awesome, and obviously none of us thought Parasite was gonna win, and then it did, which was awesome.
I picked Parasite, but like,
Yeah, I mean, like, no, you
Like,
didn't.
for
But I
sure.
mean, like, it's cool. No.
yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
okay,
for
okay.
sure. What did you want to win? Ford versus Ferrari. That was.
Good.
Do I look like I'm over the age of 40? No, I mean, obviously Joker should have won. No, I'm kidding. No, Parasite, totally happy with Parasite. Bob, what did you want to win? Did you want Parasite?
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. That was good though. I like that. I actually didn't like that movie like very much at all when I first saw it. I thought it was like boring and kind of drawn out. But I watched it a second time with my girlfriend, with Yetta, and then with my mom. And I actually really liked it a lot. I thought it was pretty good.
It was really good.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, a lot better than I thought. It's one of my favorite movies by
Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it's
Really
good.
good.
Good movie. Good
Bob, what were your thoughts post Oscars? Were you happy with all of the wins? Was there anything anybody
Well,
snubbed in your opinion? Because I mean,
Adam Sandler didn't even get nominated. I thought he should have won Best Actor.
wait a second. I just had an epiphany. Sean, I don't think we ever made it, but we made a podcast about the Oscars, I think. Because I remember talking to you about how I wanted Willem Dafoe to win Best Supporting Actor.
Yeah.
We made a podcast about that. Okay, anyway, Bob, sorry to cut you off. Jump
Yeah, we
back
did.
to you.
Yeah, you're right. We totally did.
I think we did. Okay, so Bob, jump back to you. Adam Sandler, take it away.
Yeah, I thought, because I wasn't a huge fan of Parasite. I didn't think it was bad, though. I just didn't, like, after I watched it, I wasn't amazed. But
So
I didn't
you hate
mind it.
foreign film? No, I'm kidding.
Wait. Did you see the YouTube guy, the video guy that's like, Parasite, I can't believe Parasite won. It's not an American film. And he went off on this big rant. It's a great video. He's a
Bob
terrible-
was seconds away from doing that, and then we stopped. Okay.
I was about to press upload. No, I'm kidding. No, but I agree. I think Adam should have won Best Actor too. Adam Driver, that is.
Oh,
Here we go. Big Marriage Story guy.
Ah.
Most
No,
boring
wait.
film. No. Who? Best actor or best supporting actor?
Best Actor.
Best actor
What? Oh, what?
was Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, Joaquin.
I
Best
think it
supporting
should've-
was Brad Pitt.
I think it should have gone to Adam, Leo, then Joaquin. Because I thought Leo was phenomenal. Once upon a time.
I think I would say Joaquin and Adam Sandler were like about a tie for me. And then Leo. I mean, Adam Driver was terrible in that.
Yeah, right. It's so bad. That movie was so bad.
He was very good in Marriage Story.
I'm gonna watch that movie probably this week.
Didn't the woman from Marriage Story win Best Supporting Actress?
I have no idea why.
Yeah, she did, right? She did, right? Yeah.
She was great in it, but like in a movie.
I thought Scarlett Johansson should have won.
Yeah,
Best
well, both
Supporting
of
Actor.
both of them were so good, and so like when Laura Dern.
No, I'm saying supporting actress for JoJo.
Joe?
And, she was good in that, but I don't know if I would have given her Best Supporting.
I was shocked when she got nominated. She was really good in it, but I wouldn't like when she got nominated. I was pretty shocked. I was like, oh, well, then so did Kathy Bates.
That was a good one. I actually think
That was a good movie.
she was really good in that
I've
movie.
never
Though.
seen it, but I remember because I follow the Oscars a lot, and I remember that was the very first thing they announced in a nomination. They said Best Supporting Actress, Kathy Bates. And everybody's like, what the fuck? Like, it was the very first thing they said, and everyone's freaking out. No, I heard she's good, but it's also like a very like Oscar kind of like honoring Kathy Bates instead.
Yeah,
but I heard
Clint Eastwood's best movie since American Sniper.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't see Mule, so I heard Mule was not good.
Mule was ass, dude. Clint Eastwood lost that.
Clint Eastwood plays a 90-year-old man who somehow bags like 5 25-year-old girls.
Yeah, dude. It's such a fucking it was so self-indulgent, and there were so many like racial slurs in it, but it wasn't like Gran Torino where it kind of made sense. It just felt like he was just racist. Like for the like fun of being racist, I guess, for him. Like I guess he likes doing that. And I was like, dude, like, you have to relax, bro.
They didn't use Bradley Cooper enough in it, and I was really excited.
Dude, I forgot Bradley Cooper was even in it.
Yeah, the trailers really were misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he only like has like 4 scenes where he's trying to find him, and that's it. Like I thought he would use them a lot more. That was his first time working with him since American Sniper.
Wait, never mind. I was gonna say A Star Is Born was 2 years ago, right?
That was yeah. It was October 2019. Yeah.
He should have won for that.
Or no, October of 2018, right before. Yeah, he should have won for that. So I remember at first you didn't like it, and then you were like, yeah.
Wait, you don't like?
I'll never forget.
Rhapsody?
It was like
he's talking about Stars Born.
No, you don't like Bohemian Rhapsody? Or you didn't think Rami Malek should won? Because you said he should.
Well, no, Sean.
Oh my God.
Listen, Sean. Listen. Sean loves the. Yes, I know, Sean. Listen, I know you like Rami Malek's performance, but I know what you love even more in that film is the editing, especially in the table scene and the negotiations when they're first getting their album. It's some of the best editing you've ever seen. Right?
One thing for Rami to win, that's fine. But how did it win Best Editing? That was the worst editing I had seen out of any movie that year, and it fucking won Best Editing. Are you
kidding? The only way I could see was how it won Best Editing was how it transitioned from their music to their concerts and like when they were making it, and that was really good.
You know what it was?
That was kind of like just a basic montage, if I'm being honest.
You know what it was though? The movies with the most editing win. Like Hacksaw Ridge, which is a decent movie, it's not bad. The editing's not good, but there's a lot of edits, and I think that's what the Academy likes for some reason. They like movies that are just edited to shit instead of movies that are edited well, which that's why Bohemian Rhapsody won. That's why Hacksaw Ridge won.
See, I think that's the hard thing when it comes to editing though, is like if you do your job right, then like no one notices. And I think that's like the hardest part about it because like
I have a great example. I'll let you finish, but I have a great example.
No, I was just gonna say like I feel like it's hard to like when you're watching a film, like you're not like, oh, unless sometimes when editing really jumps out at me. Like I feel like I'm trying to think of a when someone does really good like cuts and stuff like that. I guess I would say maybe Midsommar has some decent editing, I think.
Well, movie that we both love, sorry to cut you off, Bob, but City of God, I think that is like the tier.
Yeah.
That's like that's the tier of editing. And I was gonna say for like when you said the editing, like where you don't notice it, like I know not everybody loves it, but The Irishman I thought was really well edited because there was so much footage, and the fact that they, in my opinion, I thought the pacing of the film was really great, even though it was like 3.5 hours. I thought it moved. I was never like not in it, and I think, and she's a legend. I forget her first name, but Schumacher. Like I wanted her to win Best Editing because I was like, holy, like they made that movie so well paced, and it was so goddamn long at the same time. Like I thought that was impressive. I don't know what won last year, to be honest. Maybe what won Best Editing last year?
I don't know. I'll look that up here because I don't know off the top of my head.
Probably should have been Parasite.
It's funny because wait, hold on. 2 things. Bob, are you making a freaking sandwich right now?
Taking sleeping pills.
Oh God!
It's 8:41. We're in the middle.
It won't kick in until like 10:30.
Jesus, Bob, you're a druggie. You're a druggie. Let me check Best Editing right now.
I would have loved
it. Back to. Oh, it was Ford vs Ferrari. I think that's kind of deserving. The editing was pretty good in that. I don't know if you saw it. because The Irishman
Oh,
was
I
up
saw
for
it. It's a good movie, but like but again, maybe that's the most edits. Again, I think it follows that same formula. There were a lot of edits in Ford versus Ferrari, especially with racing, which again, it's impressive, and I don't hate that win. Like honestly, I just like when things that I like get nominated because like the ones that win, I don't really. It's cool if they win, but I'd rather them just get the recognition. Like when Toni Collette didn't get nominated for Hereditary, I was like, wow, that sucks. Like she
Dude.
deserved some sort of recognition, you know?
that and already for Lighthouse, Willem Dafoe, how I feel about that. He should at least got a nom. I thought he was so good in that movie. Robert Pattinson was great too.
Nominated for the
No, yeah.
Nah, he didn't. He should have.
way.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe really not getting nominated?
You saw Lighthouse,
He
right,
didn't get
Sean?
nominated.
You saw Lighthouse, right?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah, it was Tom Hanks. Anthony Hopkins got it. Did you guys see Two Popes? That was actually a very good movie.
No, it's on my list. It's the guy who did City of God.
Yeah, so it was actually really good. It was interesting because I'm not gonna spoil anything, but at one point they show like a flashback that takes up a decent part of the film, and it's kind of interesting the way that they use it.
Concept.
Yeah, it's cool. It's very good. Anthony Hopkins is fantastic, like as usual. I love me some Anthony Hopkins.
He might win this year. He's in the running for Best Actor.
Yeah, for which movie? Yeah. Oh, right there. Yeah.
It's him. It's Chadwick Boseman, him, and Riz Ahmed from Sound of Metal.
Do you think Malcolm and Marie is gonna make?
Yeah, I think Malcolm Marie. I
I think Zendaya might win.
Washington will get nominated, but there's a 5th opening in Best Actress, and I think she's gonna take it.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised because people never look how she made her way with Euphoria. Like what you say about the show, but she out of nowhere. I think the Academy's gonna start looking at it.
Yeah, the Emmy win, I think could blend in with the Oscars. I don't think she'll win the Oscar, but I hear a lot. It's a movie
Frances McDormand.
about a film director and his girlfriend or whatever. Like I feel like that's totally going to be up the Academy's alley. It might get.
It comes out. It comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see the reviews because like I'll say like if it has like an 80+ on Metacritic and like the fan response, like the audience response is decent, I think it can definitely like. I think John David Washington could even get nominated if they really.
I'd love to see that. I think John David Washington's a great actor.
Tenet's gonna get some like special effects and
Tenet's gonna get
editing
the
and cinematography.
You know what's crazy though? I think a lot of the special effects in Tenet were actually real, like
Practical,
real, practical effects. Yeah. That's what I was trying to find.
Well,
like the scene when they grapple up the building, I think was practical, and I think a lot of it. Did they? I'm sure they used a lot of just rewind footage that they did like stunts and stuff.
Well, when the people were running, they taught people how to run backwards.
That's actually insane. That's insane. But yeah, it was great. I think they did some of the driving, not the high speed driving, but some of the regular driving was backwards. Because I remember people like watching it and they were like, "Dude, this film's gonna be insane." It was some of the behind the scene footage of like cars going backwards.
Yeah, I need to watch that movie.
That was great. Sean, you should watch. You haven't seen it yet.
It's confusing. It's confusing, but it's great.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw the first like 20-30 minutes, I was like, I'm really worried where this is going. I really didn't like it. It really didn't like hook me in. I was like, by the way, none of the characters really have names in the film. They're just
he's
like
protagonist.
Yeah, he's protagonist, right? So like I was like, it makes it hard to relate to these characters. You don't really know much about them. You don't even know his name, and it's kind of like you're just thrown in there. And I was like, oof. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. And it hit a certain point in the film, and I was like, oh. I think it was when he first starts to go back, like use the machine.
Yeah, and Kenneth Branagh.
Kenneth Branagh. Okay, here's my thing about Tenet. So again, this is not a spoiler because you know that he's the villain the entire movie. So it's not out of nowhere. So Kenneth Branagh's the villain. He did fine. I just thought that the villain was bland as all that. Like bland as some Wonder Bread. He was really. It was just not. It's not his fault because his acting was good. I just thought his motive and everything. I was like, but I was like, whatever. I get to see the cool effects. So.
I thought they made him. His acting saved it though. Like he was very menacing.
Yeah, if it wasn't for him, I think if it wasn't for him, I would have not been invested in the villain whatsoever.
Which is crazy because Mrs. Madsen's like, I told you.
I know she probably watched that.
She's probably like, I have no idea what's happening, but I get promoted. I get it.
I know, but yeah, I'm sure that'll get some nominations for special effects. Otherwise, I'm not sure what else can get a nod. I'm actually kind of surprised they're doing the Oscars this year. I thought they were going to skip over it.
Well, what are you doing? In like March, I'm guessing this year, or April?
April.
April.
the nominations, I think they have till February 29th to get their ballots in, which is a whole month
They're
longer.
accepting movies from now until February.
I don't know about eligibility, but I know like in terms of like watching like the movies and like giving them the ballots and stuff. I think it's till like that date. I think I could be wrong.
So Malcolm and Marie, no matter what, will be eligible.
Yeah, no, it's this year. It's definitely this year.
No, it's February comes out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that movie does. Honestly, like I was looking through like the nominations. There are so many tight races. Like I honestly, and I haven't seen all the movies, but like there are a lot of tight races. Like a lot of good like actors and actresses. Like I think best actor is probably the tightest race. Like there's 4 guys that can win.
Well, who else we got besides Anthony? You said Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins,
Chadwick.
Ahmed, Chadwick Boseman's leading.
Oh,
right
I heard that was great. For what was the name of the film that just came out that he's in?
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Ma Rainey's, yeah.
That's what he's gonna win for. He might even get nominated as supporting actor for The Five Bloods, from what I heard.
I did not like that. Did you guys see that movie?
I haven't seen it. I heard it's really divisive and people don't know how to make heads or tails of it. But Spike Lee could get director, screenplay, best picture nomination. Compared to his other work, I really didn't like it. I gotta see it, and I want to say the 4th best actor is Delroy Lindo in The Five Bloods. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know who he plays, but apparently he could even win it too. So
yeah. Okay. So about The Five Bloods, he's great in it. Chadwick Boseman. I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to spoil anything that happens in the film, obviously. So I'm not gonna mention like some parts of it. But I mean, Delroy Lindo was great in it. The cast overall was very, very fun to watch. They all did a great job. But I think it felt a little too long, and I wasn't really super captivated by the story after a certain point. And I
watched half of it. I know the ending is probably the best. I heard like Chadwick has a great scene, but like
no, there's good parts, but I think, I don't know, Delroy Lindo is really the reason to watch that film, I think. Because if I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch a film by Spike Lee, I'm going to do The Right Thing, or I'm going to do Black Klansman.
Is that the guy when in the interview and the white guy was like saying something about the N-word? He was like, so say it.
Who, Spike Lee?
No, the guy in the movie, The Five Bloods. Was that him
Maybe,
who says it? He's like, so say it. And the guy goes, I can't say it. He's like, say it.
I literally saw it the other day. That's so funny.
Yeah.
No, I gotta see it because I there's people that say it's really bloated and it's not the most well paced movie, but I've also heard people say it's his best movie ever. So I'm like I'm interested. Like my expectations are middle right now, which is great. Yeah,
that's where I think the film is for me, is in the middle. It's not like an ass movie, but at the same time, it's not the best work I've seen him do. You guys, have either of you seen Do the Right Thing?
No,
but I know it's supposed to be good.
That's my favorite one I think that he's made, and I love Black Klansman, but I think Do the Right Thing is amazing. The acting in it is amazing. Every member.
Is it funny or is it just
a little bit of funny, but it's more of a commenting on society and like especially like urban communities and like how the relationship goes with different members of the community. And it's a lot of different comments on race, because like, for example, there's like a white Italian pizza owner who's been there for years, and then there's obviously like the young Black kids in the community, and people have different ideas of who's who. Then there's the older Black guys in the community who kind of sit on the corner and talk and stuff. Then there's an Asian shop owner, so you get to see, and there's also like a heavy like Latino group in it. And it's really interesting to see like how they all mesh together. And it kind of is about that like blend that comes in an urban community, and how like people bash heads just because of race and stuff like that. And some like there's a great scene where the camera will like comes in and zooms in on like each like one member of each like racial group, and they go off on like a whole rant.
That's the one scene I've seen, yeah.
It's a great scene. That film is amazing. So if you guys haven't, I definitely recommend you go check that out like ASAP.
Yeah, I definitely have to.
It's really great.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. It's gonna be a good Oscar.
It's out on 4K in 2 weeks. I'm just
This guy shopping mid-show. That's Bob.
Oh, you're shopping. All right, yeah.
Why do we keep you around? Why are we hiring you? What are we paying you? What are we paying you for? What are we paying you
for a reason? Hey,
get me my coffee.
Get me my goddamn coffee right now.
Yeah. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what shapes up. Like I said, I'm surprised that they're having it, but it still seems like there's going to be some sort of a race. I thought last year's was really good. there was a lot of people that were in question that I thought could go for it. Like I really wanted Florence Pugh to win last year for
Oh, I
Little
gotta see
Women.
Little Woman. I gotta see Little
You
Woman.
didn't see Little Women either? That's a great movie. Bob, I know you like that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
liked it. It was good. I I thought I like the girl. Oh, what's her name? Who was like in Hannah, the main girl. What's her name? Come on.
By the way,
No, Sean was doing it first, and then
intentionally, I was doing this, and then I looked at your screen, and you were doing it too.
I was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah,
No, but have you seen Lady Bird, Connor?
love that movie.
You did. Okay, we did talk about it. That's
You
right.
saw it, right?
That's right. Yeah, loved it.
You like it? Yeah.
Great. I was really surprised. I mean, I knew it was going to be good, but I was like, it took some time, but it was really great.
Talking about Lady Bird, you see that Timothy Chalamet? Warner Brothers just announced they're making a Willy Wonka prequel, and either Timothy Chalamet or Tom Holland are in the leading. Like that's who they're trying to pursue to be Wonka.
This is why the movie theater industry needs to die, because that's why the movie industry needs to die.
It's going to be about how he met the what are they
Oompa
called?
Loompas.
And I have a freaking fear of them. Like
Why?
I don't.
What? Wait.
Hear me out real quick, right? Why can't
Yeah.
we just have new stories, new characters, and new worlds? Why do we have to make prequels to fucking Willy Wonka? Like who asked for that? Like seriously, I want to ask around the globe, and I want to know who the hell said, let's get another, because we already had, we had the sequel to Willy Wonka, we had Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Well, that's not a sequel; it was a remake.
It was a reboot, yeah, but it sucked. Nonetheless, it was terrible. So what makes him think having Timothy Chalamet?
Because
Timothy
Timothy Chalamet brings in tickets, I assume. So it's
he just
write new stories. I'm so sick of the same old shit.
Me too. Well, dude, that's like I was saying. I think I said it to both of you. I know I said it to Bob, but when Disney announced the Buzz Lightyear spin-off show, and it's like
Tim Allen should have been the voice.
No, it's a show. It's a show. It's a Disney Plus show.
No, it's a movie.
Is it a movie?
I think it's a movie.
With Chris Evans.
But okay, regardless, we are making a movie about a fictional actual astronaut that a fictional toy is based off of that also has its own fictional show. Like, dude, that's so. And then like this too, Willy Wonka. Like, I'd rather you make new content for me.
Right? No, I agree.
Now it's different for something like Marvel and for Star Wars and for even Harry Potter. Like, you can make prequels and spin-offs of that because I feel like it's a universe type of thing. But when it comes to like a single movie that comes out, like, it doesn't really need something else. Or like even like Toy Story. Like Toy Story feels very contained. It doesn't really need a spin-off. I don't know.
Well, no, I agree.
I was gonna say the only thing about the Buzz Lightyear one. The only thing is, the only reason why I'm not like upset about, the only thing I'm upset is that Tim Allen isn't back. They didn't get him. It makes no sense. It's his most iconic voice. The only thing I'm not that worried about is because it's Pixar though. At the end of the day.
Yeah, right. Like I agree to an extent. Like I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, especially because Soul was pretty good.
Yeah, Soul.
I still have to see Soul.
They're still Pixar is still sort of on a weird streak though. Like Onward wasn't really like their. It's not like a.
I love that.
Like, I liked it.
I loved it too.
Pixar to me, like I felt like any other animation studio could have done the same story and it would have been a similar product. Like I feel like Pixar's always been the leading. They've always been the leaders in that field, and it didn't feel like that to me. I think Soul did. I think Soul, it kind of reminded me of old Pixar in a way. Like it was like, okay, these are the guys that are making movies about souls. And I think that's something that only Pixar can really do. Even like Coco, which like we've talked about before, and like I it's not like in my top tier Pixar.
Greatest Pixar film ever made, yeah.
It was still different though. It was still unique, and it was still like a more mature story than they've done before.
Yeah.
It's like I think they have a couple of really good movies in there, but they have to keep on that track. And like there's that Luca movie coming out, which apparently they're using like sort of different animation styles with it.
Yeah,
I like it. Like let them go off, let them be weird. Because like I'm so sick of the same old thing in movies like nowadays. I would be cool if they try to blend new animation styles. And like I know they want to. They're inspired by Miyazaki, you know, Spirited Away and all those great animated films that he's done. Like they're very inspired by him with that project. So it's gonna be cool to see what that translates to. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just so sick of the same like prequel, even like with like Marvel and like all this. Like people want to see like Like they want to see, who's going to be the new Iron Man.
Don't get Bob started. He's gonna go off right now.
Well, I'm not that excited for that show. It's gonna be they're making an Ironheart show, and I think it's a female version, and so I don't know what they're doing. They're doing an Ironheart. They're doing a what's his name, Rhodey show, and they're doing a Samuel L. Jackson one, which is probably the most interesting out of those three.
Yeah, that one's called Secret Invasion, I think.
And that's going to be the most important. But I feel like what did they have the other day? They announced something that would make it a lot better. I think they're going to try to rely on other things. I forget which show. It's not one of the newer ones. It's one of the ones they have in the making. And they had a couple ideas to get like other characters into it, which would make it more appealing. But they don't have that much information about them too, so it's not that easy to get excited about. But it's also like it was just a lot of things thrown out with not a lot of information to really, I guess, hate it and also not get that excited about it yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool to see stuff like that, especially like I said, when it comes to Marvel and when it comes to things that have such a large universe that you can kind of build on. But it still kind of gets tiring a little bit to see the same things done over and over and over again, especially in the case of something Willy Wonka. That doesn't really, I mean, sure, you could do like they did a reboot, whatever. I mean, maybe I get that, not as much, but do we really need a prequel to know? I think that's part of the thing about like Willy Wonka. They did
that in the Willy Wonka remake. Remember they showed him how he met the...
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I don't actually really fully remember that. It's crazy too because I just saw Willy Wonka, the reboot. I saw it for the first time like 2 years ago because I only ever watched the.
It shows Wonka as like he was like in the safari.
Oh, I remember that.
So they kind of like I don't know if they're trying to like just go off of and use Gene Wilder's one and just totally forget about the reboot, maybe because again it's Timothy Chalamet or Tom Holland.
They're gonna go off the Gene Wilder one.
I would hope so because. Even though I can't fully love that movie because the Oompa Loompas. I can't watch them.
Yeah, well, being that you are an Oompa Loompa, that must be...
I knew that one was coming, but you know what?
Listen, Bob, when you walk right into it, what can I say? You make it easy sometimes. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. You could kind of... Because I think part of the thing that works so well with Willy Wonka is that it is like this magical, whimsical thing that you can't really explain, but it just works. Like an everlasting like gobstopper. Like that's not real. Bubble gum that you could chew forever, flavor lasts forever. Like that stuff isn't real, and neither are the Oompa Loompas. And that's kind of like the fun of it. Like I don't need to know where the Oompa Loompas came from or how Willy Wonka makes this thing. Yeah,
right. Why
it just
not
happens.
Be ambiguous? Why do we need explanations for every little freaking thing? Why can't we come to conclusions on our own? Like I didn't even know that there was going to be a Willy Wonka. I didn't even know that.
They just announced it today.
Yeah,
God,
they did.
Why?
2023.
Of course, yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't.
Brutal, man. And then the live action Avatar remake.
Supposedly it's going to be shit.
And
because they left. The people they left.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
The creators
left. You know, we have 9 minutes left if we're going to give our
Oh God. All right, we got 8 minutes.
Real quick, if something happens and it gets close and we didn't finish yet, I'll just make one more and we can go off for the last 10 minutes or something.
Okay.
All right. So go ahead. Say what you were saying though.
Yeah, no, the one that voice actresses for Ty Lee, she was like, I don't have hope for it. Like, I think it's kind of just like
the same thing.
Weird to rehash the original series. Like, why not make something new? Like, I've always wanted a third series because I love Atla and Korra. I think they're both great. I'd love a third series exploring different themes. Like, I don't want a remake of, like, especially because the creators left. Like, if Mike and Brian stayed on to do it, I'd have a little bit of hope. Because it's like, okay, but it's the guys who made it. Like, if they think that they can explore different stories and different themes in a live action remake that they couldn't in the kids show, animated show, then like, yeah, I'm down. Then
would you be mad then if like they played it, like they had the same show, they didn't like fuck around with it and they tried to like be edgy, but they had it in real life and you're able to witness the cool things in that cartoon, but in like real life, I know because you hate Lion King, but I just feel like it's a new way to look at it. But if it's not like screwing the story over, and it could potentially bring in another audience for it.
Yeah, but like they've already added Atla and Korra to Netflix. They were like Avatar: Last Airbender it's the longest running show to be number one on Netflix ever. Like in the top 10 list, it's been number one for longer than any other thing in the entire platform. That's saying
the thing though with Avatar to me, I feel like you can't take it too much with the spin-offs and the other story. I like it. I'm totally down if you want to tell stories more Avatar, especially like we've talked about it before, Sean. Like you said, you want to take one in the future. I said to do it about the Kyoshi warrior. I forgot her name. What was her name again? The Avatar that was the Kyoshi warrior.
Avatar Kyoshi. Avatar Kyoshi.
No, was that her name?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, there you go. So yeah, I mean, to see that would be cool, but I feel like part of the mystique and part of the lore that comes with like, Avatar: The Last Airbender and why people like it so much is just because I feel like it's such a nice little self-contained story that works in the world that it's in. Because I feel like what happened with Korra is you got to the point where it went really far and it kind of obviously moved away more towards the 1920s style era, which was cool. And I enjoyed that because it was something different. But I feel like Avatar, what made it work was like that theme of like it being in ancient China and like kind of having like, the water tribe being that Icelandic or should I say like Eskimo-esque group. And I think that's kind of what works. And I feel like when you go too far with that world, I feel like it loses some of that. Because like I could just go back and rewatch Avatar because it's literally an amazing story. But I feel like when you do so much with like different types of characters and stories in this world, like is it going to get repetitive to an extent? Because to a degree, there's the Avatar doing the same thing.
Well, right, and I think that's why, like when we talked about it before, I said it'd be interesting if they took a different path with the Avatar. Like my little suggestion was like I think it'd be cool if like the Avatar was hidden for a really long time and like didn't know that they were the Avatar or something like that. Like do something where because like actually that's what I don't know if you remember, but Avatar Roku, the one before Aang, I think he didn't find out he was Avatar until he was like 15 or 16. Like they told him, yeah, you're the Avatar, and he's like, oh, what? I didn't know that. But like I think they could do something cool if like they were hidden for a really long time, they never found. I don't know, like something like that, or because I do want a third series. Don't get me wrong, I think Kyoshi's cool, and I think like a lot of people wanted like a spin-off show where it follows Team Avatar, like the original gang when they're in their 20s stuff.
That'd be
but
cool.
Like
if they did that, I think it would have to be lit like a one season like episode thing. I would like that.
Comics, sure. There's already comics that kind of like go into after season 3. So like, or like, I know people are like, we want a 4th season. It's like, what? The show ended 12, 13 years ago.
What does the show end like on a good way?
Yeah, it ends in it, and then Korra is very much a sequel. Like it has some of the characters from the original show, and it continues that story, and I think it does it really well. But yeah, no, I would love a 3rd series, or because like, I mean, if the creators want to do it, you know what I mean? And they've talked about it before, and they've said that there's like some interest to do it. They can find the right story. Like we've had people like what's his name, Brad Bird with like The Incredibles. He's like, I'm never doing a sequel to The Incredibles. And then years later, the money shows up, and he's like, okay, we'll do a second Incredibles. And I think the same could be for Avatar, because it is so huge on Netflix right now.
Yeah, I agree. I think actually it would work. Like, I think if they did its future Team Avatar thing where they're older.
Is this still in the top 10 show?
Make it one season. No, I don't think so.
It was the longest running. Like, it was there the longest.
But if they do it for like one season older, that's cool. Or, you were saying 4th season. I know that there's comics and stuff, but I feel like a lot of people don't know about that or do not want to read comics. They're fine with any story. So I think if they wanted to do a 4th season, that would be really cool, actually. To see them come and bring that back. And just even if there was some things that they didn't like that they did in the comics that people didn't receive well, they'd be like, okay, well, let's change it up a little bit and let's finish this out. Because there was the whole thing with Zuko's mom and everything like that. That could have been really cool.
Yeah,
so that would be cool.
Hey, there's a comic about it.
I know. See, that's what I mean, though. See, if they took what they made in the comic and brought it to animation, that'd be pretty cool.
Right, but that's I think that's tough just because it's just a whole another. And I feel like the creators were the ones that didn't want to re-enter that, especially because the voice actors would be different too. So like it would be.
Oh, that's true. Aang is
a little jarring.
Well, you can. That's why I think the older Team Avatar thing works.
Yeah, I could see. I wouldn't mind. Trust me, as an Avatar fan, I would dig it. I have no problem with it. But either way, I just love any return to Avatar. I mean, honestly, it sucks that the creators left the live action, version because of creative differences. And the M. Night Shyamalan movie is like
your favorite.
It. Oh my god, dude! It is an actual what's called the original cast of Avatar did a reunion Zoom thing for they haven't all seen each other since like the show wrapped 12 years ago, and they literally talked about it and they completely shit on it. Like that movie was because they hated it because it was such a misrepresentation, and M. Night Shyamalan was so cocky And he's like, no, we're doing this my way. This is my story now. And
Wait.
the trailers were like he was mispronouncing all the names on, like I think he said like crazy, like he mispronounced.
Sokka was like sucka or
Yeah, and
something.
he
Yeah.
did it intentionally too. Apparently, like he wanted it to be different.
That's good. I remember, dude. Wait, did you ever see the interview? I think it was on Nickelodeon when we were kids or something. And it was like with M. Night Shyamalan, like why he made. He's like, yeah, I remember one day me and my kids were just sitting down watching Avatar, and he's like, we're all just watching. They liked it and stuff. So I was like, hey kids, want me to make a movie out of it? And they were so excited, so I did it. And I was like,
his kids probably hated it. Hated the movie.
Dude, what if after they're like, Dad, that movie was shit.
I wouldn't doubt it. They were probably like, dude, what the? You just ruined our favorite TV show.
So that brings us to the film that we recommend you to watch this week or before our next show, and let us know what you think about it, because these are some films that we like and we think you guys might also like too. I'll start. I think I actually just watched this film yesterday, and that's kind of why I want to talk about it. It's fresh in my mind. Killing of the Sacred Deer. It's by Yorgos Lanthimos. And at first, his style of filmmaking and his style of dialogue is very weird. It's very like straight, cut to the point, like coming, like that's it. Like it'll just be like characters say how they feel or say what they're going to do or say what they want to do. And that's kind of it. But as the film went on, I got used to it and I actually really enjoyed it. The acting was very good. Colin Farrell was great. Nicole Kidman was amazing. And so was the guy who plays Martin. I think you pronounce his name Barry Keoghan, I think. I believe that's how it's pronounced. He was phenomenal. The score was good. The score like never gave you time to breathe. I felt like you were always in suspense all the time.
What is this called again?
The Killing of the Sacred Deer.
Okay.
Very good. Have you heard of Favorite or The Lobster?
He told me. I've seen The Favorite. He told me about The Lobster.
Okay, so it's made by the same guy. That's Yorgos Lanthimos. Okay. Yeah, that's the next one I have to watch because I've seen The Lobster and then I watched this one. I'll go to The Favorite. But I definitely recommend it. It's very suspenseful. I like the theme. It's a lot of the theme of it is justice, which is really cool. So it's definitely a great watch. The camera work is really good in it. There's some really awesome shots in the film. So even the kids in the movie are great. The one of the kids' name is Bob, actually. Bob. So that may make you want to watch it. But yeah, great movie.
But
Same name. But yeah, it's really great. So I definitely recommend. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Sean, what do you recommend?
Oh, you want me to go next? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this pick is all right. So it's a so bad it's good movie. It's all right. So here we go. So it's kind of like in the same vein as The Room. You know how bad it is, but you get enjoyment from it.
This is going to be a joke about if this is it's going to be about Zack Snyder. I already know you're going to lead this into a joke about Zack Snyder. Go ahead, go for it. Go ahead, hit me with it. I know it's coming. Come on.
Suicide Squad.
So it's called Batman versus
I knew
Superman, the Ultimate Edition. You have to watch the Ultimate Edition. It is 20 to 30 more minutes of dog shit. It is beautiful. You'll have a blast. No, for real though. For real. My recommended movie is Shrek 2. Okay, I just go through all the Shrek movies.
So
yeah,
actually, Shrek 4. No, I'm
quadrilogy.
kidding. Shrek 3 is Shrek 1.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good film. Okay, no, my recommendation. I would say I saw Grave of the Fireflies a few days ago. It's about like a teenage boy and his younger sister. I think she's like 5 in Japan during World War II. It's made by Studio Ghibli. It's really great. It kind of creeped up on me. Like after it finished, I was like, holy shit, that was a lot to take in. It's pretty depressing. But like the next day, I definitely was like more into it because it is pretty jarring. The animation, it's from like 1985, I think. And you can tell because the musical score, it's hard to explain it with words, but like it's very much like, it has like those piano riffs and it's very reminiscent of like an 80s movie, like the synths and stuff. And like it's a bit, it took me out a little bit to such a like, it's such a, it's about World War II in Japan. So it's and houses are being like blown up and like so it's very heavy and sometimes the score took me out of it, but I definitely got used to it after a while, and it's a really devastating movie, and I don't think I'll see it for a long time. Kind of like 12 Years a Slave. Like when I just talked about Steve McQueen before, like that's one of my all-time favorite movies, but it is really hard to watch. I think I've seen it twice. But it is really tough. Like it takes something out of you when you watch it, but it's also so good. And I felt the same about this one. I definitely recommend it. Like I've been recommended it like so many times. And when I like look at like lists of like some of the best animated films, that's usually up there. So I gave it a watch, and I definitely recommend it. It's definitely worth it, but be prepared. It's pretty heavy.
Was that on HBO Max? Because I know they have a lot of the Studio Ghibli.
It is actually Hulu.
Okay.
On Hulu. That's how I watched it.
Nice.
Watch it in the sub. Do not watch the dub, the English dub.
No.
I saw a scene with the English dub, and the voice acting is so bad. It was I literally laughed at like a really sad scene. I laughed. I'm like, it was so bad. The sub, you have to watch it with subtitles. You have to.
Yeah.
And that's usually
big sub guy. Big sub guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sub over dub, dude.
Yeah, for sure, dude. You gotta go sub over dub. No, but that is true though. I've seen like one anime ever. I think it was or seen two. I saw One Punch Man and Attack on Titan. Like
One Punch Man's good in dub, I will say.
Yeah, but I didn't like it. It just
I did.
It was weird to me. Like the delivery was so weird.
Which one did you watch first? Did you watch the sub first or the dub first?
I watched the dub. I watched the dub first.
Oh, okay. So I watched the sub first. I didn't like the dub when I switched, and I was like, but then it got used to it. I like the guy who does Satama. I think he's pretty good.
Okay. I've only seen the first like 3 episodes of it like years ago, but like I remember being like, that was like I thought the sub was always best because it's the American dubs are sometimes just so bad. Like the delivery.
The only one that's good is Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball hit. The two voice
good.
actors are so good. Yeah, they're so good. You should probably check. I would just check out the first saga. It's so good. Well, at least parts of it are good. Just check out parts of it. It's good.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but also by the way, King of the Sacred Deer is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, it's on there. Okay. Bob, what's your pick?
It's called Leon's the Professional. I'm trying to look up what the guy's name is. It has a fan base. Like it's not like an indie. A lot of people know the early '90s, and it's from the guy who's in the Pink Panther, and it's Natalie Portman's first movie ever. She like beat out, I don't know the exact number, I think like hundreds of people who auditioned because it's about a hitman and who lives in a complex, and one of his neighbors, her dad was part of the mob or whatever, and a corrupt cop played by Gary Goldman comes over and kills her whole family, and she's not close with her parents and all that, but she's just upset because the brother died, her little brother, and she wants to take revenge, and he kind of takes her under, and it's just I saw there's a director's cut because when I bought it, I watched the director's cut, which is like an extra 20 minutes long, and they took it out because apparently when it came out, because I love it because of the relationship between the hitman and the girl, and they like humanize this hitman. It's such a beautiful. He loves milk in the movie, and that's his big thing. And but the thing is, like, he looks at her like as like a little daughter.
Hey Bob, Bob, why don't you just read me the whole script? I mean, you're giving away the whole. No, I'm kidding. Continue.
No.
All right. So you're saying you like the relationship because he sees her as a daughter. So continue.
Yeah.
And I'm saying in the director's cut, it's actually, I don't know why they took it out because they were afraid people would assume they were trying to get to like pedophilia with it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Does it seem that way though, or not really?
No, because she actually loves him because like she goes, "I love you," and she might, but like it's it's because that's like the only person she has in her life.
You gave me that film on 4K, so I got to watch it.
I did.
Yeah, you did for my birthday, or for Christmas. Yeah, I know I'm special. But if you like that, Bob, you should actually check out. I don't know if you've seen it, Man on Fire with Denzel Washington.
It was my grandpa's favorite movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
My grandpa's favorite movie when he cuts off the guy's fingers.
Yeah, Sean, you should watch it. Actually, it's really good. It's just a fun Denzel Washington, like a fun popcorn movie.
It's one of his better action ones that are like a little corny at parts because it was Tony Scott.
Is it better than The Equalizer?
Yeah.
But I like
the relationship between him and the girl in the movie is very good. You should check it out. I think it's fun. It's just a fun movie. It's a chill movie you can watch, get some action kind of thing. Fun popcorn crunchy.
Right. Well, it was Unstoppable with Chris Pine when they have to stop.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I loved that movie. Yeah, I love that movie. It's a true story, isn't it? Isn't it a true story?
Yeah, it really happened. I honestly want to watch it soon because I remember loving it as a kid, like you just said. But like, I don't know if I would. I have no idea.
It was very suspenseful. I remember it was like really cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat, man. Like, I know it's a true story. Like, are they really gonna do it? Like, how are they gonna do it?
Yeah,
pretty wild, man. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Chris
yeah.
Pine's best performance in Unstoppable.
Yeah.
I actually can't name a better Chris Pine performance, so.
Wonder Woman.
Mm.
Star Trek. That's all I know. Otherwise, I don't know what else Chris Pine's in either.
Yeah. Oh, Rise of the Guardians, the animated movie with Santa Claus. And
Yo, High Key, I just watched that this year. That's a good movie. It's a fun movie. Yeah, I actually like it. It was kind of cool.
I saw it a long time ago.
Yeah, Jack Frost is so edgy in that movie. Yeah, Jack Frost is just so edgy.
Yeah,
So.
man, Edgelord Jack Frost, dude. I saw there's like memes on Reddit, like people simping over him.
Yeah, people simp over
so
him.
gross.
Yeah, they do like fan art of him and like Elsa. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah. Oh god.
I know.
That's great.
Well,
Great content. Thanks Reddit. Thanks Reddit.
I told you Reddit is the end all be all. It's basically fact.
Man.
Anything on Reddit's fact. No, I'm kidding. But
Anything that you're in on Reddit, we're just gonna assume.
we're gonna assume is fact.
Like Shrek is the most like bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. King
I know.
Kong, Godzilla. I would even argue Hulk. I think Hulk is probably the favorite. He's in the
But not
movie.
Shrek when he's motivated by the loss of his wife and children. So.
Yeah, but that's circumstantial. You can't. That's such a.
Yeah,
that's
but you
not a
said
fair
Hulk is like angry all the time at something. So like Shrek has to be angry too. We can't just have Shrek be like, or let's say Hulk just casually walks into Shrek's swamp, and Shrek's like, "Get out of me, swamp!" And then like he's like pissed.
argument. And Hulk's like, "Shut the fuck up! I'm gonna kill you." And then he just.
We have
punch.
to in some way we'll have to make this happen. We'll have to make this.
Yeah, well,
happen.
also, I literally just binge watched. Don't ask me why, but for nostalgia's sake, I binge watched Shrek is Love, Shrek is Life. So my perception of Shrek is really jaded right now because in those videos, he's like literally like a rapist. So honest to God, I can't really look at Shrek as like the favorite in any matchup he's in.
See but that's
morality.
Shrek. That's Shrek slander. That's people just trying to put garbage on his name to embarrass him.
Those
Yeah,
videos are insane.
I know.
They are
They're-
actually like it. Literally gives me so much anxiety watching them.
yeah,
But
they're
it's
scary. They're scary. With that, I think
this one was like actually depressing and really gross too. It was just like
Yeah.
I think that's when they cut it off. Is like the fifth one, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, that was too real. That was not supposed to be real, man. Come on." So it was like an orphanage or something. It was so
oh
bad.
god. Well, I think that's a fun note to end it on. Jack
Yeah,
Frost,
yeah,
Jack Frost fan art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Came full circle.
came full circle. Yeah, that was perfect. It's like the perfect story right there.
Shrek is love.
Shrek is like Shrek is the beginning and Shrek is the end.
Yeah.
But that's a great way to end it. So, guys, thank you for joining us for the first time in a long time on the Disappointing Popcorn podcast. I hope you liked it. I think it went really well. Guys, did you guys have fun on this one? I think this was pretty great.
Yeah, dude, that's hard.
Blast.
Bob, could we expect you back here another time?
Yes.
God damn it. Well, no, that was great, guys. So, yeah, guys, stick around. Hopefully we'll be making more of these. And I hope you like them. Let us know. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't. And enjoy.
That's
See you around.
for you, Mrs. Kirkpatrick.